Hello everybody and welcome back. Well, as promised, today I'm going to speak to you about service agreements. Now I'm going to do it in two separate parts. I'm going to first speak to you if you're a service provider. As a service provider, please understand that the service agreement you're sending to a nominee or a participant is only one that they're going to receive, more than likely. I know with Chloe, we have to do about, with organisations, there's approximately 5 service agreements. First service agreement I got was 17 pages. Yes, that's correct, guys. 10 plus 7, 17 pages. I don't want 17-page service agreements from every service provider. I can't read 17 pages of service agreements, and the problem is also with this service agreement, it was written in legal jargon. Seriously, guys, come on. We would just like to have a very simple service agreement that states what your requirements are, states what your expectations are of participant and of the nominee, and costs. So how much it's going to cost, if it's per session or per term, I don't care. But also we need to clearly, we do not want this information of, you know, this costs $25 per hour times da-da-da. I'm too busy. My head is too full. Just give me what the end figures are. So say, for example, day service, $20,000 a year. These are random figures. The NDIS setup costs $250. If you don't give us enough notice that you're not coming for a day, $125. That's what I want to see. So please, service providers, can we please simplify our agreements, because they are agreements, they're not demands, and you need to have a document that is able to be read by the nominee and by the participant. So come on, let's break it down. Let's keep it simple. Simple is good. Now, for the nominees / participants, first, please don't just blindly sign it and not read. And I'm guilty of this. I over the years have received agreements from various organisations. I just sign it. I have not got the time or the headspace. Just sign the thing, send it off. We need to now start to look at what we're signing, because we have the funds. So if we're not happy with something and we take it to a service and we complain about it and the service goes, well, I'm sorry, but it's in the agreement here. See, it's in the agreement. You signed this agreement. You need to read your agreements to know what you're signing and ask the questions. And if you want something added, ask them to add it. Work together. The beauty of the NDIS is teaching services and participants families to work together as a team. Yes, it's novel, I know, and it's novel on both sides. So we need to start to get into the mindset of teamwork. So please read your agreement. If you're not comfortable with an agreement, something I found interesting with 2 of our agreements was they're wanting us to sign something without actually having dollar amounts there, you know. What is this? I don't commit to anything without knowing what it's going to cost me and knowing where I stand. So please don't just sign it and then go, oh, I didn't know it was going to cost that much. Say to them, I need to have the dollar amounts put in here, and I don't want them done in a convoluted way. I just like them done simply. So please feel comfortable in asking the questions and incorporating and including what you'd like to see in there, because some are using the template off their service provider portal, which I might add too is, that's 10 pages. No, 7. I think it was 7 pages. Give me a break. It does not need to be 7 pages. Or they're creating these tombs or Bibles that are done in legal jargon, so they've sent it off to their whatever department to make sure that nobody can understand what they're about. Don't feel that you might look dumb by saying, I don't even understand what this is about. Can we please look at this? Because you are dumber if you pretend you're not dumb. We need to start to, I'm comfortable all the time in saying, I don't even understand this. The 17-page tome of legal jargon I sent off to a friend of mine who is a lawyer and said, can you just dot point any red flags, because I don't understand it and I don't have the time to read through the thing. And there were quite a few queries that I needed to make, and God bless their cotton picking souls. I have sent the queries through, including how much is it, and that was 4 weeks ago. I'm still waiting for a response. So another little tip to services: when we actually do ask questions about the service agreements, it's really polite, really handy to get back to us within a reasonable amount of time, and I do not call 4 weeks a reasonable amount of time, with a response. That's called good customer service. Let's start practicing good customer service. And for those of us who happen to be nominees or participants, let's start practicing being good customers. Okay, I hope that's helpful, and I'll be back to you next week with, who knows what I'll be back to you next week with. We shall see.